So it's been a while. Just a bit of an explanation why I've been gone. Yo, word up YouTube, because apparently that's what I'm doing. I'm uploading this to YouTube. Right, I've not uploaded so much. Oh, I've done a few videos I got so far, and I was meant to upload another one, which was putting the subframe in and all that kind of stuff, I think. So that's coming now, but the reason it's not been up till now is because basically coming to issues. But like I said, I'm a complete novice. I'd have no clue what I'm doing. I just basically watched the YouTube videos, convinced myself I was capable, and just flipping stuck in. Got stuck in, right? So got stuck in. We've got all the subframe up. We've got all the poly bushing done and all that kind of stuff. It was great. And then I had to get it back down on the floor. I was trying to get it started. Obviously ran into issues. And thought, right, I was going to put it on the floor and put it back in the garage because I had to go on holiday. So I went on holiday and I've come back, and to be honest with you, no proper mechanical understanding, a basic mechanical understanding. It flummoxed me. I thought what I'd done with putting the delta on and all that kind of stuff, maybe I'd done too much in one go and I couldn't work it out. So I thought, right, I'm going to dial it back. So I dialed it back. I took the SCS delta off. Went back to the standard ECU, the standard high pressure fuel pump, with the thought that actually the only things that are different then is the exhaust manifold and the big turbo, which shouldn't really affect it in my eyes. So we went and put the standard wiring loom back in and all that kind of stuff, and it was like, oh, it's turned over, it's all right. I had to get a standard injector rail again because stupidly I sold my original one, because obviously it's not going to start on the Focus RS injectors. So yeah, we did all that and it's turning over, but it wasn't even hiccuping. Previous to that, obviously I was trying to log it with the software that the Delta came with, and I was looking at stuff I didn't understand what I was at. There was timing marks and there was lines going do. I'll put all of that in so you'll see. Didn't have a clue what I was looking at. So I had a bit of support from Jack Brown at ManyWorks UK. Jack, you're a ledge. And worked through some stuff, and it was like stumping us. So ended up speaking to DervTech, who are the guys that are going to be tuning this, because Chris Williams is the only guy that I'd ever go to, because I think he's absolute genius. And then he put me in touch with Kyle in the States, and they basically put a base map together for the Delta for me to say, right, let's try and get it going so that we can run it in and so we can get it up to them for proper tuning. That didn't, it wouldn't work, so that's why I started working backwards. Sorry, this is my undiagnosed ADHD brain going backwards and forwards, so I might be getting that, I don't know. So anyway, bit of investigation, come back after Christmas, sat and thought, you know what, everyone's been saying to me, Andy, check your compression. Have you got compression? Is the timing out? And I kept saying to everybody, no. Guy who's built this, right, he's been in business 25 years, he's got an absolute stack of knowledge with everything to do with building like race car engines. And I'd basically gone to him and said, right, I want to bulletproof this thing. He's built the bottom end. We've got a closed deck conversion. We've got, which I've found out now, are CP pistons, which 10-1. Forged rods, he's notched the block. We've got ACL King race bearings. I had to get him a new crankshaft because he wasn't happy with some of the scores that are in there. So we've got all that in. The head, he's done everything to the head that he can do. So we've ported, we've got obviously springs, I think they're Supertech, we've got valves and the lot. I even went as far as going, right, you know what, I'm driving it on the road, I don't want a lumpy idle. So we went with Capcom 601s, which should be, what's it? Anyway, didn't believe it. Come after Christmas, I was like, right, phone my mate George. It's like, George, I'm a proud man, I've been trying to work it out on my own, I can't, it's got me down. And if I'm honest, right, mental health guys, right, I've been down at the bottom of the barrel. End of October, I'm currently on sertraline, which is helping. But anyway, we're back up, so I've got myself back into a state where, right, let's just get on this now. So George come round and we did a compression test, and we had no compression. I'll put a picture of that up at the end as well. It was down to about, I might save it for another video where we're explaining all the issues properly, but that was 20 to 25 psi on all 4 cylinders. So we're like, emailed the guy. It's like, right guy, you built this engine for me. I haven't wanted to believe that it's anything you've done because of your experience, but I've finally done a compression test and we're down on compression and this is what we're at. Email I got back was, Andy, a compression test really doesn't tell us anything, unfortunately. Can you do a leak down test? So this is all new to me. I have not got a Scooby what a leak down test is. So again, George wants me to do a leak down test. George gone, fine, we'll come around, we'll do a leak down test. We did a leak down test and we looked or listened, because I found out since that the leak down, compressed air down each cylinder. There's loads of videos on YouTube for that again that I went through and watched, and fascinating stuff. So we put compressed air into the cylinder and we're at a top dead center, which is when the piston's at the top and the valves are meant to be closed. Didn't know that, but I'm learning. So that was all of that. Then we found that cylinder 1 and cylinder 4 seemed to be leaking from the inlet valve side, and cylinder 2 and 3 seem to be leaking from the exhaust side. Now, I've been all of this thinking, I really don't want to take that front end back off again, because the tubular manifold that's in, it's a nightmare to get to some of the studs, and I really don't want to do it, or didn't want to do it. So leak down test, we told him, guy goes, I need to know the percentage of the leaking. So the leak down test, we found out there's like 40% across all 4, which is a moderate leak. And then again, I was spoken to Jack, and Jack had said, I said to him, were we suspecting timing? And he said to me, well, just because at the time I didn't have a timing kit, he said, if you turn the engine over by hand until the cam lobes on then nearest the vacuum pump are sort of facing each other, they should be lying flat. Hang on, bear with. Just you see my garage, you have to excuse the state, it's upside down. So basically he said the cam lobe should be like that. So I turned it over so that they were there, and what we had was one cam lobe like that and one like that. So I was like, okay. So I say to Guy, this is what I've been told, and this is a picture of that cam lobe at the end. And I got the response, Andy, your friends told you wrong. You need to lock the flywheel. So you need a timing toolkit to lock the flywheel, and then send a picture of the camshafts, and I'll be able to tell you from there whether it is out of time or not. So all we know, get a timing kit, and go, right, let's stick that flywheel bolt in them. So luckily we're on a TTV clutch, so we have the pin in the flywheel to lock it. If I'd have had another brand of flywheel, that I might not have had that. So I'm quite lucky I'm on a TTV. So boom, that went in, and took a picture of the camshafts. Now again, I'm learning a lot at the minute. So we turn the engine over, and there are 2 square bits at the end of the camshafts, which the timing kit, tool kit goes over, and it locks them in place so that they're in. So whilst that was locked in, my exhaust camshaft, the square bit of the lobe at the top that the tool goes over, was like perfectly in line. My inlet was like 45 degrees that way. So I don't even know, there's like a square like that, and then a bit of a curve at the bottom, and that curve at the bottom faces down, but mine was facing towards the center of the engine. So I've gone back to Guy and said, oh, we've got this, and Guy has then said to me on email that when I time the engine up, I use the timing tools and everything was right. I suspect that maybe your VVTi gear has something wrong with it, and that's caused it to move. He wants me to remove the VVT pulley and send it to him for him to inspect, and then send it back to me. And then he wanted to talk to me through Teams to talk me through timing up of the engine. And I'm a bit like, no, I've paid you for a timed up long block, so that's what I should have. It is not a timed up long block, so that's it. To me, balls in his court. And I said to him, I'm not comfortable doing that because on this engine, because I don't want to do it if it breaks. And then he says, well, it's something you did. But I have woke up this morning. I've done some research on the camshafts that I've bought, which obviously I did start off with, but they're a direct replacement for standard camshafts. So what I'm thinking I might do is just take the tensioner off the back, take the guide off the top, so that the chain's not going to tension in it with the lock tools on, and basically move that inlet camshaft to the right place, because at least then I know that that's timed up, right? I've said to Guy on email, look, this is your issue. You need the car to come down to you at his expense, because at the end of the day, I've not got what I paid for at the minute. And he's not been very forthcoming in saying, yeah, let's get this sorted. And I've even said to him, look, I'm more than happy if you want to come up to my house and time this up in the garage with me. It's fine, because it's his work, he should be touching it. But I have woke up this morning with an abundance of energy, and I've got a bit of a can-do attitude at the minute, and thinking, you know what, I've watched loads of videos, I've got loads of people on call that I can call for support. Why not just do it? Because if I can do it and it starts, the car starts, and I can put it back together and we can go and start enjoying it again. And yeah, we can shoot for all that big massive horsepower and go and have a hoot load of fun. So see, now I've said this, I'm in two minds. I'm kind of thinking, no, I should give him a chance to respond about the coming up to my garage, because if I haven't given him the decent opportunity to come and repair his work, and I repair his work, then he can wash his hands of it. So now I've just talked myself out of it again now. But you know what, I'm going to put this video up on YouTube anyway, and then I'm going to put the video up with the subframe and everything, because at least you know that, yeah, I got a couple of videos in and I stopped. There was a reason for it. It's because it didn't work. My head went. But we're back on form, and this is my focus again now, is need to get this sorted, because this car, right, and we'll come down, look at it, right, we come down the side of it here. I mean, this car has not been on the road since August, and honestly, it really is my happy place. Look at it. Don't know if anybody's seen the car out and about, but it's R56, because it's an R56 and it is a lot of fun. So yeah, let's get going. I might lock the flywheel, just to, it's a bit of a squeeze of everything in here. We'll put this car back together, and hopefully I'll create some more space. Yeah, I might lock the flywheel and have a look. Might do it, I might not. Stay tuned, because this is happening soon.